There's a smudge. Okay. What's up everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you are new here, my name is Anna. I post queer, quirky content here on this channel each week, and if that's something you're interested in, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. And in today's video, we are talking about flirting. Yes, that really awkward thing that you do with someone that you're interested in to let them know that you're interested in that flirting. But I thought I would add a little spin to this video, and because I came out as queer when I was 21, that means I have 21 years. Well, okay, I wasn't dating at the age of 1, but I had 10 plus years of dating in straight relationships, and now I have had a few years dating in queer relationships. So I thought I would talk about 5 differences between flirting in straight relationships and flirting in gay relationships. So if you would like to hear the pros and cons of both dating straight and gay, then let's get started. And just for a disclaimer, when I was in straight relationships, I was dating cisgender men. So I'll be talking about men, cisgender men, when I am talking about straight relationships. And when I'm talking about queer relationships, I'm basically just talking about my queer flirting interactions. So the 2 queer relationships I've been in is with a cisgendered girl and a non-binary person who is my current and last and only partner. So yeah, just to clarify those. So the first difference is when I was dating straight guys, I always felt like I tried to have to relate to like guy things. I mean, like, let's be honest, the guys that I was pursuing were the, no offense, but douchey, fratty, business, sporty guys. Real catches, may I say. So I always kind of felt like I had to relate to their business ideas, all of the sports they were interested in, and just, I always felt like I needed to be one of the bros and one of the boys, which I think in hindsight makes more sense now that I'm gay. But yeah, I always just felt like I had to really relate to the guys. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm interested in business stuff, entrepreneurial, if that's how you say entrepreneurial, being an entrepreneur. I also like sports. I enjoy watching sports. I enjoy playing sports. It's not that I didn't enjoy them, but I always felt like I had to act like I knew way more, because then if you did that, you would get the guy's attention just a little bit more because you were able to like relate to and talk to him about stuff. Whereas I feel like in queer relationships, you don't really have to try to relate too hard, because to be honest, you two have one huge thing in common, your sexuality, and that's something that you could probably have conversations about forever. Even though that's not really a conversation you want to have all the time, it's still kind of an icebreaker conversation, and being gay will also kind of help trickle down into relating to movies you like, music artists you like, books you like, activities you like to do, places you like to go. So it just kind of helps, I guess, in a way. But also I think a lot of queer people share a lot of similarities, period. So I think that helps. My partner and I are kind of like a perfect balance between sharing similar things and not so similar things. So like when we would flirt with each other, we would be able to relate to similar things, but then we would also be able to bring new things to the conversation and actually leave the person interested rather than just kind of having filler talk. Filler talk is like my absolute #1 biggest pet peeve in the entire freaking world. I was so sick and tired of having to do that when flirting with straight boys versus flirting with queer people. Difference number 2 is a really annoying one. When I felt like I had to be flirtatious in straight atmospheres, I always felt like I had to be like 1,000,000% aware of my appearance, because let's be honest, 99.9% of the guys that are out at the bars are looking at girls' appearance first, which is cruddy. But I mean, you're lying if you're not looking at someone's appearance first. But it was always in like a bleh kind of way, I guess is the best way to describe it. But yeah, you always feel like you have to be super dressed up, your makeup has to be on point, you have to wear revealing tops, short skirt, you know, because that gets the guy's attention, right? Don't get me wrong, I like dressing up, I like wearing cute stuff that makes me feel attractive, and I like going out in makeup, that wasn't the issue. But you always felt like if you weren't dressed really nice, then the guys weren't going to pay attention to you. And then on the flip side, in queer flirting scenarios, and also just at at like gay bars, you don't really have to try that hard to dress up. At least a majority of the gay bars that I have been to, everyone just kind of dresses all over the place, which I think is really cool. Like I could show up to one of the gay bars here in DC in jeans, Vans, and like a cool shirt and no one would look at me weird, but I also could show up in like a cute skirt and like a flirty shirt and my makeup done and like sandals, and people still wouldn't look at me differently. So it's definitely a way more inviting environment, because I think queer people are really open to everyone kind of just expressing themselves the way that they do, and there are a lot of different expressions in the queer community, which I love. Flirting with someone, you really don't have to think too much of your appearance. I mean, if you're going there to impress someone, you're not going to show up not looking your best, but like you get to look your best the most comfortable way that you can. And that doesn't just have to be at bars, it could be anywhere. That's an example that I personally have. I always felt like in the straight scenarios, flirting, you always had to make sure you looked cutesy and attractive, versus flirting with queer people, you really just get to be yourself and dress to be like the best version of yourself, which is amazing. And I don't have time to constantly be wearing heels that are uncomfortable all night long because I'm trying to impress some straight boy. I'm gonna wear my Doc Martens, my Air Force Ones, or my Vans and be comfortable and have a good night because I can dance in them, okay? And that's on what? Period. Flirting way number 3 is, flirting with straight guys. Sometimes they can be so headstrong. They can come in way too hot and they can stay for way too long. I think a lot of straight guys don't know how to take no for an answer. And so if they're flirting with you and you're not interested and don't want to flirt back, they're like, well, what do you mean? Like, I'm a guy and I'm flirting with you and I think you're cute, so why wouldn't you flirt back with me? It's like, because buddy, I'm not into you. And I think that that is definitely something like overall that needs to be more widely accepted. But yeah, I definitely had a lot of instances where some guy would be like hardcore flirting and I would be like, get away from me. And it would take a lot of time to finally be like, buddy, I'm not interested in you. Go away. But on the flip side, something that is good and bad about flirting in queer spaces with queer people, the good is that you don't really have to try super hard, because I don't know, sometimes it just feels like it's easier. But the bad side is that you always have to kind of give each other a vibe, like vibe off each other first. If you've been in a situation, you know 100% what I'm talking about. But like being able to see each other across the room and then you give each other that look for like an extended period of time, and then you continue to give each other looks, and then throughout the night you two are always around the same area, and then eventually you two start chatting, because that's always how it goes. Which sometimes it can be so annoying, because it's like, who's gonna make the first move and who's gonna go up to who first? A lot of queer people are really shy actually in those certain situations. You both know that you're interested in each other, but neither of you want to come off too headstrong or too annoying, like straight guys don't understand. So it's a good thing and a bad thing. I guess if you're in a queer space and you and someone else are definitely vibing off each other, just make the first move. Go up and talk to them, because it's going to be a whole night of staring at each other when it could just be a whole night of getting to know each other. Tip. And also, side note, I'm not saying that every single straight cis guy out there is all of these like cruddy things. I know that I'm kind of in this video giving them a little bit of a bad rep. I'm just sort of trying to make light of the situation, and obviously after coming out I have noticed why I reacted the way I did in certain situations with guys and flirting, and why sometimes it would be really uncomfortable for me and I like really wouldn't understand. And don't get me wrong, like I enjoyed flirting with guys and I did what I did with guys when I did, but if I could choose, which I'm not choosing to be gay, but if I could choose between my experiences flirting with straight cis men versus flirting with queer people, I'm gonna choose queer people every single time, because it's who I am, and at the end of the day it's what I enjoy better, because I'm gay and I'm not straight, which would mean I like the gay flirting better. You get the point, okay? I'm not trying to dog on straight guys, it's just a video, it's not that serious. Thank you so much. And the last and final weighing out flirting straight versus gay is that a lot of straight guys don't really care about the romantic gestures of flirting, especially like first time flirting with a girl. They're way more interested in the physical aspect of it and potentially what could happen later on in the night or later on in the future period with said girl. Don't get me wrong, there are plenty of straight guys that are into the romance and do a good job at it, but there are plenty of guys out there that they just aren't afraid to say what's on their mind. I guess that's the best way to put it. And on the flip side of that, a lot of queer people, but not all queer people, but a lot of them are definitely much more interested in learning about you as a person, getting to know you, and kind of like actually making real banter rather than just filler talk. That's why you're there, and that's why you're interacting with these people, which would then in turn make you happier, make you more interested in the conversation, make it go smoother regardless. And I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of very douchey gays out there that would flirt with you the way that I talked about straight guys flirting with you, but in my experience overall, flirting with queer people is a lot more let me get to know you and then like make flirty jokes rather than can I take you home at the end of the night? You know, you catch my drift? You feel my vibe? Okay. Alrighty, those were the 5/10 straight and gay flirting experiences, weighed out different options with each other. If you couldn't tell by the entire video, I like that I'm out. And I like flirting with queer people much more because that's who I am. Even though I don't flirt with queer people anymore because I'm in a happy relationship. I'm not making this video to like persuade you one way or the other or to tell you that flirting with straight cis guys is always stupid and dumb and that flirting with queer people is always successful. Like, that's totally not the case. But in my experience, flirting straight versus gay, that's how it went down for moi. And if you enjoyed this video, I could do maybe some more straight versus gay videos on different topics potentially. That would be something you're interested in. Give this video a like and maybe leave some of your suggestions in the comments down below. And of course, you know the drill. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below, like this video, hit that post notification bell so that you don't miss out on any uploads I make, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!